It is the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament, and we are continuing on for our evening game on a Tuesday night. The sun is at least our backs, but in the face of those playing out there. Sam Crawford Field right here in Wahoo, Nebraska. And you're watching this part of Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online with YouTube. Thank you for joining us. If you're not able to be in the stands in person, we will continue to bring all the coverage to you tonight and tomorrow night. With the call of game and color commentary, we have the Klein brothers. We have Mike and Joe. Thank you for being a part of what we're doing here today, guys.
Thank you very much, Kelly. It's Joe Klein here on the call of game and my brother Michael on color commentary tonight. Tonight's matchup features Lincoln Christian and Plattsmouth, both Lincoln Christian coming through the winner's bracket. They beat Sutton late last night in the winner's bracket final 13-12, and that one over in the late night hours around 11:30 p.m. Finally over, packed up, and heading home. And Sutton eliminated earlier today by Wayne. So Wayne gets the berth into Wednesday night's championship game. This game will determine if there is an, if necessary, berth play-in game. Should Lincoln Christian win, we will just have a title game. Should they not win and Plattsmouth win, there will be one final play-in game followed by one final championship game. We'll bring you inside Sam Crawford Field here alongside Mike Klein. I'm Joe Klein on the call of game. Michael, take us into the coaching and analytics standpoint. How do both teams play tonight's game given the situations?
Well, there's one good thing for Plattsmouth, and that is, of course, that you have to look at it from a good standpoint. You get your ace back on the mound. Gabe Villamonte pitched excellent game on Saturday in a 9-0 win over Wayne. This is going to be Villamonte's night to really prove why he is their ace against a very good Lincoln Christian offense. So I really think that there could be a serious advantage to Plattsmouth here in tonight's semifinals. But Lincoln Christian in good shape, as you said. A loss does not harm you in the slightest. It actually gives you more time, favorable weather tomorrow night with the 7 o'clock game. There's just so many things that both these teams could be in good shape. Plattsmouth really has, I feel like, the greater chance, though, to win tonight with the pitching of Gabe Villamonte.
All right, we'll take a quick look here at our Weston and Midtown Amoco BP starting lineups. First, we'll start with our visitors on the scoreboard tonight from Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth going with Henry Lunger behind home plate, leading off. Ethan Walker, the center fielder, will bat second, wearing number 12. In the 3-hole, wearing number 24, and at shortstop, Gage Olson. Batting cleanup will be their pitcher, number 17, Gabe Villamonte. In the 5-hole in right field, wearing number 8, Eli Horner. 6-hole will be the first baseman, number 14, the big boy, Dylan Eby. In the 7-hole will be the third baseman, number 29, Parker Auenbaugh. 8-hole second baseman, 27, Lewis Ingram. And rounding out the lineup will be Tyler Dembowski, the left fielder, wearing number 34. Again, that's Lunger, Walker, Olson, Villamonte, Horner, Eby, Auenbaugh, Ingram, and Dembowski. All right, Michael, key through the lineup here for Plattsmouth. Where's it going to be at to get a win?
Gage Olson and Gabe Villamonte. The 3-4 head coach Tim Winter's lineup proved really, really valuable in an 8-5 win over Norris yesterday to get to this semifinal. There's no doubt he's got to look to them again tonight.
All right, now we'll take a quick look over at Lincoln Christian Brester Construction, head coached again by Cooper Cologne. He will lead it off with right fielder number 1, Luke Reiling. In the 2-hole will be the center fielder number 17, Andrew Clow. 3-hole will be the catcher number 18, Jake Watson. Batting cleanup, first baseman number 15, Logan Schultz. 5-hole third baseman number 14, Max Emanuel. Batting 6th and designated hitting number 12, Brock Wetta. Batting 7th and playing second base, number 15, CJ Cuciti. Batting 8th and playing shortstop, number 7, Charlie Winky. Batting in the 9-hole and in left field will be number 2, Sam Swoboda. And on the hill tonight, the southpaw, number 4, Charlie Dunham. Again, that is Ryling, Clow, Watson, Schultz, Emmanuel, Weta, Cucidi, Winky, and Swoboda. And one more time, it is Charlie Duncan on the hill. Michael, key tonight for Lincoln Christian. What's going to get them a win and get them an easy berth to tomorrow's championship game? Simply play one for a title, maybe two in the if necessary game. But what's going to give them the most direct path to this state championship?
Well, it's going to be no doubt you're going to have to rely on your offense. Charlie Duncan, obviously head coach Cooper Cologne, not going to bird up his ace knowing the scenario that he is in right now where, they have a guaranteed berth in tomorrow's championship game already. I feel like almost, it is almost, do you see head coach Cooper Cologne say, you know what, go out here and have fun tonight, boys? Or do you see him just keep his foot on the gas pedal the way they've seen it? They're going up against a tough Plattsmouth offense, so obviously behind Duncan, the defense is going to have to be clean.
Well, and Cologne going with a lineup similar to what he put out in the field last night, so it would certainly appear that Cologne is going to keep his foot on the gas and have his players play as few games as humanly possible, hopefully even stay away from that if necessary game should they win tonight's game. So I'll be interested to see how this one's going to turn out. We'll catch you on the other side of this brief commercial break here, and we'll take you around Sam Crawford Field here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in partnership with Saunders County Online.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their families' everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. Welcome back to Sam Crawford Field, downtown Wahoo, Nebraska for the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament, and we have tonight's game and possibly one or two games tomorrow yet to go to finally find out who the champion is for Class B juniors in Nebraska.
Thank you, Kelly. We do indeed welcome you back into Sam Crawford Field here, beautiful downtown Wahoo, Nebraska, for tonight's matchup. We've got the winner of the winner's bracket on one side, Lincoln Christian, and then a bit of an underdog battling through the loser's bracket in Plattsmouth on the other side. Here to take you around Crawford Field, Mike, what do we need to know about the field, how it's going to play in tonight through the conditions, through the atmosphere, through both these teams? What do we need to know?
One word, smaller. As we take a look, 309 feet to left, 310 to right, 335 to center, 325 to the power alleys. This field will play smaller to a lot of parts, maybe not quite left as much as the other parts of this field, but wind is out to center tonight, so this will be a hitters-friendly park if you could get it up into the jet stream enough. Meanwhile, we take you around the other parts. One key thing to note is this infield striped to home plate almost everywhere going against the grain of this patterned infield. It is going to slow everything in its path. And then the outfield with left field going against the grain, it's going to be tough on a grounder down the third base bag. We might see it roll a ways, and we may not. It may very well just die once it hits that outfield.
You know, Mike, you mentioned it is a smaller field, but at this point in time, so far in the tournament, we have not seen the ball leave the field, and it is all about the short game.
That's been entirely true, and we even saw it in Coach Gamble's philosophy for Wayne. Seen a lot of guys square around. We've seen some teams square around in some unconventional spots. Michael, what do we make of that kind of gameplay, and do we see it out of either one of these two teams here tonight?
Probably will see it. Really, I feel like both teams are capable of doing that, but I really feel like we will see it from Lincoln Christian.
So we'll see what kind of small ball comes of Lincoln Christian perhaps. And as we mentioned, the infield grass here at Crawford, more like a carpet, going to be very difficult. We saw a well-placed bunt by Wayne's catcher, Caleb Moormeyer, turn into a base hit for a catcher on a bunt, which you don't see very often.
You do not.
So we'll see what this last game tonight brings for more unpredictability from the Class B Junior State Tournament here at Sam Crawford Field. We'll bring you back on the other side of a decently long commercial break here. We'll bring you back right around first pitch here at Sam Crawford Field from the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan & Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is the sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo.
We also want to say thank you very much to all sponsors that come out to be able to support Eastern Nebraska Sports Network throughout their entire coverage of American Legion baseball this season. It's not unappreciated at all, because we want to make sure that you know that these sponsors have made it possible for the announcers to be able to travel and bring all of the action to you. I want to say thank you to the Corner Market in Wahoo. Again, a great sponsor, local business is a part of the community. Hughes Farm, also a very huge sponsor, and we also want to say thank you to Inspro Insurance, and you'll hear more about them as we travel into the post game. Whatever happens today, we will get more information about that. Farmers Mutual Insurance, Hessler, Sullivan, Klein, one of our premier sponsors. You'll see commercials about them throughout this, as well as Medicine Man Pharmacy. Midtown and Weston BP, again, great sponsors, and Wahoo State Bank. It's because of sponsors like these that we continue to bring all of the action of local sports, whether it's on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network or Saunders County Online. Again, stop out and say thank you to each and every one of them.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan & Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is the sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their families' everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online.
Welcome to the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament being held right here in Wahoo, Nebraska at Sam Crawford Field. Tonight we have Plattsmouth facing off against Lincoln Christian with the Call of the Game association with Eastern Nebraska Sports Network. We have the Klein brothers, Mike and Joe Klein. I'm Kelly Johnson with Saunders County Online. Boys, thank you for joining me and bringing all of the games. We've been here for every single game so far of this tournament, and quite a great time that I've had with you as well.
Thank you indeed, Kelly. All right, we're going to take you around the horn tonight. The Lincoln Christian defense, as they'll get to work in the top of the first. It'll be Charlie Duncan on the hill. His battery mate will be Jake Watson. At first base, Logan Schultz. Second base, C.J. Cuccitti. The third baseman is Max Emanuel. Shortstop, Charlie Winky. Out in left field, Sam Swoboda. Andrew Clough out in center field, and Luke Reiling in right field. Going to be a tough night as well out in left field. It'll be a tough one with the sun. Going to be interesting to see how Swoboda handles it. I do believe that he does indeed have the sunglasses on, as well as Max Emanuel. In fact, the entire left side of the field does have the visors equipped. It's going to be a tough night, and it'll get even worse on the infield as the sun continues to set and we get the shadows of the tree line just outside of the stadium down the first baseline. You can see it sort of behind us here with the battery warming up of Duncan and Watson. You can see it just behind the catcher, Jake Watson, and eventually those shadows do extend out into the field of play quite a bit before finally the sun loses angle behind the trees, the grandstand, and downtown Wahoo on top of the hill. As we mentioned, Crawford located in the valley, and balls don't really fly out of the valley with humidity like this, Michael.
Well, I'd argue differently with the humidity being a little lower today and with the wind out to center. It's going to be a tough night, though, for a pitcher, and that is because our home plate umpire is Matt Hagee. Do not expect any favors from Hagee. Very tight established strike zone, almost no border room whatsoever. So that 3x3 grid, you could basically make it 2.5 by 2.5. It is going to be a tight zone. It is going to be a very, very challenging night for pitchers. They're going to be have to throwing hittable pitches tonight if they want the call. The remainder of our umpires, Eric McMurray at first, Jimmy Motes at second, and Robbie Thielen at third for this second of our semifinals tonight.
So Kevin Marr gets the evening off, you could say, and I'm sure he is very appreciative. Leading it off for Plattsmouth will be Henry Lunger, and he squares on the first pitch from Duncan and fouls it straight down into the chest protector of Watson for strike number one.
Good start.
Yep, the start you're looking for if you're Duncan. Starting head 0-1. Duncan sets at the belt. He kicks and delivers his 0-1 home. Curveball swung on, popped straight up. Watson out in front of the plate. He's called off by Duncan. Takes a few steps in, fields it himself. And that is out number one. An intricacy that you don't usually see at this game. A pitcher fielding a pop fly. Obviously, for those of the fans that watch higher level baseball such as the MLB, you almost never see a pitcher field a pop fly. Not quite the case here at Junior Legion Baseball. A few more well-developed athletes, you could say, more well-developed fielding pitchers. Duncan putting that away for the first out. First pitch to Walker misses high for ball one. Duncan working exclusively from the stretch. He sets about belly button high. His 1-0. Walker watches that one fall over the outside corner, so ruled by Mr. Hagee behind home plate. Count evens at 1-1.
Yeah, and another thing on Matt Hagee, you got to wait for him is he takes a while to raise that right hand there. Hagee, interesting enough, the only one of our five-man umpiring crew who does not go to the side on strikes, does the old style over the top of the head signal strike. So
more commonly seen in softball than it is in baseball. After the little visit to the mound by Watson, we're going to get ready to play here again. Duncan peers in for the sign. He nods. Sets belly button high. His 1-1 offering. Squaring to bunt is Walker, pulling it back as that ball drifts high. Count shifts in favor of Walker at 2-1.
Duncan living high in the zone here early, and an interesting choice at that. by head coach Cooper Cologne and assistant coach Mike Stearns.
2-1 also misses high. Count shifts totally in favor of Walker at 3-1. Interested to see if Tim Winters gives the take after 3 misses straight. The 3-1 offering misses low and away, so ruled by Matt Hagee. So Walker will be our first base runner tonight. He takes a 1-out walk.
And that's the evidence there that Matt Hagee does not have much border room. An excellent pitch there from Duncan, and he is not awarded with it. Pitch right, kind of right at that bottom of the knees, but if you want Matt Hagee to call it, you're going to have to bring it up. That bottom of the ball has to be at or above the top of the kneecap.
Brings in shortstop Gage Olson. First a move over, and Duncan is going to be charged with a balk.
Yep, first base umpire Eric McMurray right on top of that one, Joe.
Wasted no time. Looked like a little delayed leg hang move. And a little discontent from the Lincoln Christian dugout. However, that protest falling on deaf ears. And we'll move forward. So after the balk, Duncan still to Olson. He sets belly button high and delivers his first offering. Olson pounds it on the ground to left side under the glove of Cuccitti.
That was a bad time for that, Joe, and I can all but assure you E6 will be the decision there. And right as I say that, that's what's on the scoreboard. And that's a horrible time to commit that, as that puts runners at the corners. If there's any good news for Christian, it's that there's 1 out and the double play is in order.
I'll correct myself. That is an error on Winky, the shortstop. Charlie Winky committing an error early in the game. That'll allow Olson to reach. Brings up cleanup hitter and tonight's pitcher, Gabe Viamonte. First offering, off with the pitch, and Olson throw down, not in time. Tag quickly applied by Cuccitti, however ruled not in time by Jimmy Moats. So a delayed steal by Olson. You saw the 2 shuffles and then taking off. But he does swipe second. Set at the belly button, delivers. Ruled to strike by Hagee. Count evens at 1-1.
Excellent pitch there, by the way. Way to fire back in there.
Set at the belt, Duncan. He delivers. Swung on and popped in the air to left field. Walker tags, shallow left center. Catch is made. Walker will tag. He will score as no relay is made by Winky. So you can score that one a sacrifice fly. Viamonte gets the RBI. And that'll bring up tonight's, I believe, left fielder Eli Horner.
Yeah, and a good job all the way around. Gabe Viamonte, productive at-bat with the sacrifice fly to give his team the lead, give himself a little bit of room before he takes them out of the bottom of the inning. But also a good job by Duncan there, getting him to fool on the curveball, and that wasn't hit any more than it was.
I beg your correction. It is the right fielder tonight, Eli Horner. Delivers strike number 1. So 2 away now in the Plattsmouth top of the first. Still Olson away from second. Curveball bends around the zone. A big floating slow curve from Duncan. And that is what retired Viamonte. He got under it. Popped it into left center field. Deep enough, however, to drive home the game's first run. Duncan delivers again. Horner all over the fastball. It's going to fall into center field. They're going to wave around Olson. Here comes the throw to the plate. Definitely not in time. Horner off for second. Watson will simply eat it. And Horner with a single advancing on the throw. And he'll drive home the game's second run.
Excellent piece of hitting there as he was able to dare Duncan to get away from that curveball there, Joe. And he made him pay for doing just that.
So that'll bring up the big first baseman, Dylan Eby. Another RBI opportunity for Horner. First pitch to Eby, swung on fastball in the air to center field, falls down in pursuit of the ball. Horner's gonna come around, he's gonna score. So Eby will be credited an RBI on the single. And the third run of the inning comes around to score.
Now this Plattsmouth offense jumping all over. You can tell they want to be in tomorrow night's championship game. That they want there to be 3 teams left at the end of this night, Joe.
Parker on ball, swings and cranks this ball out to left field, down and just in front of the track. EB chugging around second. He's going to stop right at third. And that is a double for Parker on ball. And the Plattsmouth offense all over the fastball from Duncan. And I don't know if Cologne has any intention of pulling him here early. I believe we will see pitching coach Stearns exit the dugout here for a meeting as he is pacing back and forth.
Nope, he's going to stick with Duncan. And this is, and I mean, more or less you could have maybe expected it here, and here he does come. You might, you know, Joe, this is going to be an interesting game to see what head coach Cooper Cologne's strategy here is, because as we said, a loss doesn't hurt you. We have seen teams do this before where, especially with the pitcher, they don't start their ace in a double elimination semifinal round, knowing that they don't have anything to lose, that they automatically advance to the championship game. Like I said, there would be so many things benefiting Lincoln Christian, even if they lose tonight. That would mean, of course, a later game, favorable weather. You don't have to play in the heat of it. And you're also not looking into the sun like you are as well in that last game, the 4 and 5 o'clock matchups that we've seen where the sun has just been super intense.
So in will step the second baseman, Lewis Ingram. Ingram has 2 more RBIs out there that he could drive in. Really blow this game open early. We'll see how Cooper Cologne's squad responds early. Pitch to Ingram, another big volley floating curveball. And he does a good job just to get a piece of it. Tim Winters telling him to hunt something a little bit better. First pitch of the count. It'll shift in favor of Duncan, 0-1. Curveball again, cut and missed by Ingram. Now time to shorten up, perhaps not think about pulling that curveball quite so hard. Think about maybe sitting back and driving a ball up the middle. Duncan sets at the belt. Delivery to Ingram. Another curveball. This one's going to skip by Watson. Oh, nope, I'll beg your pardon. It hits Ingram on the foot. And everybody's going to stay exactly where they're at. So that'll bring up the bottom of the Plattsmouth order. Tyler Dembowski. Ducks on the pond and 2 gone. So Duncan went to the well 1 too many times, and he hits Ingram with the pitch. First offering to Dembowski. Fastball rides high. Count just in favor of Dembowski. 1-0. The 1-0. Fastball must have missed wide.
Yeah,
Count
like
now
we said,
in
if you were watching with the video feed, there's the evidence of Matt Hagee, very little border room, even on that outside corner.
2-0. Misses down low, 3-0, and nowhere to put Dembowski. Duncan desperately in need of a swing and miss, a ball in play, anything here to avoid a free pass. Duncan's 3-0. In there for strike 1, ruled by Matt Hagee. Count still in favor of Dembowski at 3-1. Duncan does a good job to give the fastball for a strike. Needs to deliver another one here. 3-1 from Duncan. Skips in there for ball 4. So Eby will come around to score on the base on balls. Dembowski will get an RBI. And that'll bring up top of the order again. This will be the catcher, Henry Lunger. So the 4th run of the inning comes across for Plattsmouth, and now we're going to see some action in that Lincoln Christian bullpen. I believe we're going to see Nick Reiling get up as Duncan delivers his first pitch to Lunger, and that one misses high.
And a good job there by Lunger being patient here. Good job by this entire Plattsmouth offense being patient. And that perhaps could be accredited to knowing the zone of Matt Hagee. Hagee called Plattsmouth and Sutton that second-round winners bracket game on Sunday, a game that saw Lewis Ingram struggle to find Matt Hagee's zone, and that is in part because you've seen it here tonight of how tight it is, very little border room.
A little discomfort out on the mound from Charlie Duncan. Time was called by Logan Schultz, the first baseman. So he went out to check on Duncan. Set at the belly button, he delivers. In there to Lunger, count shifts to 2-1.
And I'm not upset at all. You've already got 4 runs. Even though that pitch was right down the heart of the plate, that's an excellent take by Lunger there.
Well, and you'd seen 6 of the last 7 for balls as the 2-1 cut on foul down the third baseline. So now the count draws even at 2-2. Lunger unable to sit back and yanks that one foul. So deep in the count here, even at 2-2. Duncan sets at the belt. His delivery to Lunger. Swung on and flown in the air to left field. This one way back there towards the track and made the catch to end the inning. An unbelievable play out in left field. That one takes away extra bases as Swoboda reaches up and comes down with it. We're ahead to the bottom of the first. Plattsmouth scores 4 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Lincoln Christian error, and the bases were left loaded. We're ahead to the bottom of the first. Your score, Plattsmouth 4, Lincoln Christian coming to bat.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Welcome back to Sam Crawford Field for the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. And we have Lincoln Christian versus Plattsmouth. Bottom of the first. And Plattsmouth just had a 4-run inning. Looking to see what Lincoln Christian will do to answer.
Thank you very much, Kelly. We do indeed welcome you back to Sam Crawford Field here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in cooperation with Saunders County Online. We're going to take you around the horn for Plattsmouth. The battery tonight will be Viamonte pitching to Henry Lunger. Gabe Viamonte to Henry Lunger. Dylan Eby at first base. Second baseman will be Lewis Ingram over at third. Parker Onbaugh. Shortstop Gage Olson. Out in left field, Tyler Dembowski. Center fielder Ethan Walker. And rounding out around the horn will be Eli Horner out in right field. So Viamonte stands atop the hill. The ace of this Plattsmouth lineup. He'll get Luke Reiling to bat first. As first delivery, cut on and missed by Reiling. 0-1.
Yeah,
Viamonte wraps up the fastball.
And if you're Viamonte, you're going to have to know that your fastball is going to be what you need to throw the most tonight.
0-1 on the outside corner, 0-2. So Viamonte well in front of Reiling as he kicks and delivers from the full wind. The 0-2 off the outside corner.
There's another example, Joe. Normally that pitch is called, but with Matt Hagee, you're going to have to bring it in a bit.
Well, in a good 0-2 spot nonetheless. Viamonte's 1-2 now. He kicks and delivers. Fastball upstairs for ball 2. So Reiling seeing the fastball well, seeing one off the plate and then high. As now the count shifts even at 2-2. The delivery from Viamonte. Curveball froze him, and Haggy rings him up. Down on strikes is Reiling as Viamonte drops in the hook and buckles Reiling.
And that's what makes Viamonte such a threat. He has the fastball, you see 4 in a row, and then he drops that in there, Joe. And, I mean, if he can do that all night long, you're going to be in perfect shape if you're Plattsmouth. At least gives you the opportunity for a state championship contention.
Brings up the center fielder, Andrew Clough. Change up that time from Viamonte. Falls right off the table. Draws a swing and miss. 0-1.
Good.
0-1. Cut on and missed. Dialed up the fastball. Working through the tunnel on that one.
I was going to say a good matchup here, but Viamonte wasting no time as he's ahead 0-2 now.
Clough choked up 2-3 inches on the bat, hoping to connect with that Viamonte fastball. 0-2. That one misses down low. Viamonte hitting his spot with 2 strikes. But that one down for ball 1.
And this is how we saw Viamonte pitch Saturday against Wayne, and that's how he was so effective.
1-2 from Viamonte to Clough. Fastball does a good job to reach out and poke it to the left side. Throw across the diamond by Onbaugh, ruled in time. A very close play.
Yeah, very, very close play. And that's where having this 4-man crew comes in so handy, that you have an umpire at every base, and Eric McMurray right on top of that play. Close play nonetheless.
So Olson retires Clough, and that'll bring up catcher Jake Watson.
Also got to tip your hat to Olson for being able to make a bang-bang play.
Viamonte gets him out in front of the breaking ball. Swing and miss, 0-1. Working out of the tunnel again. Full wind, he delivers. On the outside corner, 0-2. So Viamonte ahead again, 0-2. I believe that's second or third time this inning he's been up on a hitter, 0-2. He kicks and delivers. Fastball blows it by him, and he strikes out the side. So at the end of the inning, Lincoln Christian scores no runs on no hits. There were no Plattsmouth errors and nobody left on base. We're at the top of the second. Your score after 1, Plattsmouth 4, Lincoln Christian 0.
Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
1 inning done as Plattsmouth faces Lincoln Christian. Plattsmouth ahead 4-0, and you are watching the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament right here on Saunders County Online YouTube and Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
Thank you, Kelly. We do welcome you back to Sam Crawford Field here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online. We will inform you there is a pitching change between innings as Nick Reiling going to enter the game on the hill for Lincoln Christian. Reiling will straight switch with Charlie Duncan, so Duncan's day done after just 1 inning. He will be on the hook for the loss, barring a mammoth comeback effort by Lincoln Christian and a lead change or a tie.
Well, if there's one good thing for Lincoln Christian, Joe, it's that you have a favorable pitcher in Nick Reiling on the hill, and not to mention as well, you also have a lot of game left to work with. As long as you can post a 0 here.
Reiling with a very arm and upper body dominant pitching motion. Not a whole lot of legs or torso in that. But we'll see what Nick Reiling can get done on the hill as he attempts to put the fire out for his team. And first to face him for Plattsmouth will be Ethan Walker, the center fielder. Pitch to Walker, he squares to bunt, pops it up, but right back to the mound. Reiling, bare hands, he tosses over to Schultz at first. Quickly retired is Walker for out number 1.
Yeah, maybe a little too much on that bunt attempt that time, Joe.
Well, it was a bit of a weird bunt because if he's going to bunt for a hit right there, you'd like to see him square a little bit later, a little bit early on the square, almost more like he was squaring to sacrifice. And Walker retired on just 1 pitch. So that brings up shortstop Gage Olson as Reiling sets to work on him. First pitch. This is low and away, so ruled by Mr. Hagee behind home plate. Counts 1-0. 1-0 to Olson. Touch inside, 2-0.
And I love how Hagee, instead of using his hands, just turn your head to show where it missed. Kind of funny.
2-0 to Olson. Reiling powers in the fastball that time. Steers that one in. Count shifts to 2-1 now. Reiling sets about letter high, his 2-1 offering. Swung on and lined into left field. Fair ball. Olson gonna scoot towards second. Gonna be a tough play. Here comes the throw in. Pulls second baseman Cuccitti off the bag. And Gage Olson aboard at second with a 1-out double.
Yep, and a great job of Gage Olson to be able to put that right down the left field line.
Ball just hooks fair inside the line. That'll bring up today's pitcher for Plattsmouth, Gabe Viamonte, as he watches the breaking ball run right away off the plate. Watson does a good job to slide out in front of it, and count shifts 1-0. Reiling sets letter high. His 1-0 offering. Viamonte pops this one foul, but this is going to get well out of play down the right field line. It'll land over there on top of the small cube cage down by the Lincoln Christian dugout. So the count evens at 1-1 to Viamonte. Olson away from second base. He just doubled down the left field line. Reiling sets letter high. He delivers his 1-1 to Viamonte. Fastball on the outside corner. And now count in favor of Reiling at 1-2. Reiling sets letter high again. He delivers 1-2 to Viamonte. Curveball bounces in there. Taking off for third is Olson, and he is safe. An aggressive read as Watson had to slide out and block that ball. And an aggressive read by Olson as he scoots on over to third.
It's a big run out there for Plattsmouth. I mean, I know it's early, but if you can put enough runs up, you could seriously put yourself in prime position to force this 7 o'clock game tomorrow night.
2-2 is popped up, and Reiling, does he make the catch? We have no signal. What on earth is going to be the call here?
He called a trap.
We never got a signal. I don't believe there ever was one. Reiling appeared to make the catch, and it'll be interesting to see if Reiling did indeed secure the catch and they rule he drops this on the transfer, or if they just say he straight bobbled it and dropped that ball. I believe we'll see protest no matter what the call is.
I had him with a clean catch there.
I do believe he did secure that catch, but we have found one thing to be certain in this tournament, and that is uncertainty. Even if you believe you see something one way, it is almost certain that it will go another.
And this discussion taking a while, which would be advantage Plattsmouth the longer this conversation goes on for. And they're going to say a catch.
They're going to say a catch.
That's the right call.
So Viamonte will indeed be retired for out number 2. And they say Reiling fumbled the baseball on the transfer. And we're going to see a little protest from head coach here, Tim Winters. So that'll bring up the left fielder, Eli Horner. Once Winters' protest ends here, he's having a little bit of a discussion with Tim Hagee.
Yeah, you can't tell me that Tim Winters is going to file a protest here. This is not a protestable issue, so...
Simply a little disgruntled with the call, but
Yep.
I don't believe I've ever seen a coach have a call go against them and be happy about it.
Yep.
So in steps Eli Horner on the fastball, but he fouls it straight back to the screen. Goes up the ladder to try and catch up to the Reiling fastball. Connects with it just enough for a foul ball. Count moves 0-1.
Yeah, 4 runs on 4 hits for Plattsmouth. Very aggressive offensively early going. Wow.
0-1 curveball does not catch the outside corner. Reiling a little bit flustered as to where that one missed.
Yeah.
Count shifts even at 1-1. 1-1 Horner well out in front of the breaking ball.
Yeah, breaking ball that was clearly low of the mark. And
Right.
again, this is just the whole situational awareness thing here. You've got a big run sitting out at third. That was not a hittable pitch there.
Reiling pulled the string on him at 1-1 to get ahead 1-2, but that ball misses low 2-2. So now 2's all over the board. 2-2 with 2 out here in the top of the second. The pitch to Horner. Swung on and grounded back up the middle. Cuccitti to his right. He will make the play, throw over to Schultz at first. And a 0 gets posted. So on the inning, Plattsmouth scores no runs on the Olsen double for 1 hit. There were no Lincoln Christian errors, and there was 1 man left on base. We're ahead to the bottom of the second. Your score is still Plattsmouth 4, Lincoln Christian nothing. Here from the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo.
Going into the bottom of the second at Sam Crawford Field, Plattsmouth versus Lincoln Christian. Currently, Plattsmouth ahead 4-0 at the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network, Saunders County Online YouTube.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here at Sam Crawford Field. 4-0 Plattsmouth after 1.5. Lincoln Christian with their chance to answer here in the bottom of the second. And they'll start that with their first baseman tonight, Logan Scholes. First offering from Viamonte, the fastball powered in there for strike 1.
Yeah, and again, if Viamonte can just do this the whole night, Plattsmouth's in great shape to win it.
Viamonte nods, he kicks and delivers his 0-1. That time the breaking ball. Schultz well out in front, and it's quickly 0-2 again. Recurring theme, Viamonte has been well out in front of almost every batter that he has faced.
Indeed.
0-2. Viamonte kicks and delivers. Fastball well upstairs. Perhaps a little bit of a setup burn pitch there.
I think we're going to see quite a bit of what we saw out of that was Will Brewster with Mount Michael a couple weeks ago in the Eastern Nebraska Conference Tournament.
1-2, flare to the right side. Viamonte does a good job to recover and go over to cover the base. Some good hustle on an interesting play. A little flare to the right side as Ingram does a good job to get there. Eby unable to catch the flare. And Viamonte hustles over to cover as Ingram flips to the cover for the out. An interesting 4-1 put out for the first out. That'll bring up Max Emanuel, the third baseman tonight for Christian, as Viamonte delivers. That one misses low for ball 1. Viamonte, full wind. He kicks and delivers his 1-0. Fastball that time powered in there for strike one.
Looks like Matt Hagee might be extending the zone a little bit from what it was on Sunday. Looks like he might be favoring that low corner a bit now.
Pitch was well placed as the 1-1 ruled in there on Emmanuel, and it'll shift in favor of Viamonte, 1-2.
Yep. Excellent pitch there, came right down the middle with it. And that was a perfect pitch.
1-2 to Emmanuel. Fastball upstairs, and Emmanuel can't lay off. He's set down on strikes for out number 2.
And if you're head coach Cooper Cologne, you got to be shaking your head. We just talk about situational awareness. A ball and 2 strikes, you got to know that the possibility exists that Viamonte is going to burn a pitch to try to get you to swing and miss there.
So that'll bring up tonight's designated hitter, Brock Weta, and 3 strikeouts already for Viamonte on just 5 outs of the game. First pitch for Viamonte. Fastball powered in at the knees for strike one. A non-competitive take there from Weta. Viamonte from the full wind. Slow leg kick. His 0-1 curveball flared to second base. Ingram under it. He makes the catch. So yet again, another 3-up, 3-down inning.
Excellent.
No runs, no hits. There were no Plattsmouth errors. Nobody left on. We're going to head to the top of the third here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan & Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Welcome back to the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament at Sam Crawford Field, right here in Wahoo, Nebraska. And we still have a score of 4-0 as Plattsmouth is over Lincoln Christian.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here at Sam Crawford Field. We're going to lead off the top of the third with Plattsmouth's big first baseman, Dylan Eby. He will be followed by Parker Onbaugh. Nick Reiling back to work, and Eby chases the fastball upstairs for strike number one.
Took a few miles an hour off of that pitch.
Eby a little out in front of that one. Going to call time as our home plate umpire, Hagee, is going to come out and dust off home plate. So Eby down 0-1 to Nick Reiling. From the stretch, the 0-1 low and away for ball one. Eby had an RBI single his last plate appearance.
Yep.
1-1. Eby swings and drives this ball to left field. That one's going to be a fair ball. This one's going to get down toward the corner. Will they hold Eby at first? They will indeed.
That is an excellent decision. No need to risk the out there. Just keep the line moving here. I know it's the bottom part of Plattsmouth's order. Not that it's necessarily the wrong part of the order, but just the bottom of Plattsmouth's order here. But if you're head coach Jim Winters, you got a 4-0 lead. You know, try what you can to add some church runs, but realize you've got your ace out there and a very good defense behind him. And that, if you leave a man on base here, it may not be the end of the world.
Reiling goes upstairs and misses, and some good hustle out and left by Svoboda to cut that ball off for it. Got all the way to the corner, hold Eby to a long single. Parker Onbaugh stands in with the 1-0 count. The 1-0 is flared in the air to left field. Going to be a tough play. Coming in is Swoboda. He camps under it and makes the catch, calling off Winky. And Onbaugh flies out to left for out number one. That'll bring up second baseman Lewis Ingram. Ingram also had an RBI single his first at-bat. First offering from Reiling. Ingram chops this one on the ground toward third, but in foul territory as Winters fields it. Head coach Tim Winters fields that one in the third base coach's box. So Reiling doing a better job to get out in front of hitters in this inning, as he was out in front of Eby, and then he retired Auenbach quickly as Ingram chops another one to third. Emanuel sits back, comes in on the short hop. Ingram hustles all the way, and he's going to be safe. Ingram having a tough time reading that ball off the bat as he was playing back, and then the sun temporarily blinded him, unable to gauge how hard that one was hit. And the chopper with Ingram's speed is going to allow him to be safe at first base.
Yeah, that is absolutely great here. And you've got Tyler Dembowski here, top of the order on deck. Golden opportunity here if Dembowski can maybe just find a way on here.
And indeed it is Tyler Dembowski, tonight's right fielder. Set at the letters is Reiling. He kicks and delivers. Dembowski squares. It's a good bunt down the first baseline. Reiling does a good job to hop off the mound and an accurate feed over to first.
Interesting choice there to bunt that one.
It is indeed. And now two-away in the inning as Dembowski does his job, as he is credited a sacrifice, so that one will not count against him. So now Henry Lunger will step in. Reiling's first offering.
Interestingly enough, third trip through the order now for Plattsmouth.
Reiling's first offering misses well off the plate. Count shifts 1-0. Reiling's 1-0. This is low for ball two.
That's an excellent framing job there that time from Watson, but a good job by Matt Hagee realizing, no, that pitch crossed too low.
Was indeed a good frame by Watson, but not fooled was Hagee. It's 2-0. That one is indeed a strike fastball on the outside corner at the knees, so Reiling able to get one back on Lunger, and the count shifts 2-1. Reiling set at the letters, his 2-1 offering to Lunger. Popped up foul territory. Schultz and Watson converging. Schultz will do a good job to call him off and make the play. On the inning, Plattsmouth scores no runs. They did have a pair of hits. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. We're to head to the bottom of the third here from Sam Crawford Field. You're watching this on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is the sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
And we're back to the 2022 Nebraska or American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament in Wahoo, Nebraska's Sam Crawford Field. Tonight's game is Plattsmouth versus Lincoln Christian, and Plattsmouth is still on top, 4-0 with call of game. We have our friends from Eastern Nebraska Sports Network on Saunders County Online YouTube.
Thank you, Kelly. We do indeed welcome you back to Sam Crawford Field here, Wahoo, Nebraska, the site of the game tonight. A semifinal between the winner of the winner's bracket, Lincoln Christian, and Plattsmouth, who worked their way through the loser's bracket. This one maybe not going perhaps quite the way that Cooper Cologne and Lincoln Christian had pictured it, but nonetheless, we find ourselves in this situation. second baseman C.J. Cuccitti to face Viamonte at the bottom of the zone there with the fastball for strike one. A 1 to Cuccitti, cut on and missed, blew the fastball by him, and it's 0-2. So Viamonte way out in front again. His best stuff tonight. Cuccitti stands in 0-2. Viamonte's delivery blew the fastball by him again. So 3 straight fastballs, all of them by Cuccitti for out number 1. Already, I believe that is Viamonte's 4th or 5th strikeout. Absolutely dealing right now. So that'll bring up shortstop Charlie Winky as Viamonte sets to work on him. Breaking ball that time, drops in at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Oh, 1 to Winky. Curveball again. Very uncomfortable swing by Winky. And Viamonte well out in front, 0-2. Will Viamonte go to the well again? 0-2. Pitch from Viamonte. Fastball off the outside corner. A good spot with 2 strikes. Count goes to 1-2. A good eye by Winky to leave that fastball off the plate.
Yep.
Viamonte, his 1-2 to Winky. Fastball blew it by him upstairs, and he struck him out. Second on the inning, and I believe that will be...
Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our...
Indeed. That's a great pitch there from Viamonte. And again, as we said, if he could just do this, even if Plattsmouth doesn't necessarily run rule, Christian, but Viamonte keeps doing this, Plattsmouth's going to be in great shape to win this game and stay alive.
I'll bring up the left fielder, Sam Swoboda, as he watches strike 1 go right on by. Viamonte done a good job powering in the fastball early for strikes. 0-1 from Viamonte. Fastball is fouled back to the screen. That one, Swoboda was on time for, just didn't quite get the barrel on the same plane, and Viamonte able to squeeze one by.
Yep.
So 0-2. Will Viamonte stick with the fastball? 0-2 to Swoboda. Fastball, bottom of the zone, and goodbye. Viamonte strikes out the side, picks up his 6th strikeout of the game thus far, and that'll be out number 3. On the inning, there were no runs on no hits. There were no Plattsmouth errors, nobody left on base. We head to the top of the 4th. Plattsmouth still leading this one 4-0 from the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is the sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo.
4-0, top of the 4th. Lincoln Christian over Plattsmouth over Lincoln Christian at the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament on Saunders County Online YouTube and Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
Thank you, Kelly. We welcome you back to Sam Crawford Field as Nick Reiling sets back to work for the 3rd inning. He'll be out there. He relieved Charlie Duncan after just 1 inning from Duncan. He gave up all 4 Plattsmouth runs currently on the board. First pitch to Walker is skied in the air to center field, but a good job by Andrew Clough to put that ball away for out number 1. Walker quickly retired.
And Clough was battering, but
Battling.
I'm sorry, battling. That's what I meant to say. Battling the sunlight there. The shadows on the infield. The infield lights pretty well have taken effect here, but that sunlight's still really intense in the outfield.
First offering to Gage Olson, misses low and away. Olson doubled his last at-bat. The 1-0 to Olson, swung on, driven in the air to left field. This is backing up Swoboda. Track, wall, and see a ball. Gage Olson powers one out of Sam Crawford Field for the first one of the tournament. And that'll put Plattsmouth up 5-0.
That's a great hit there from Gage Olson. That man, boy, oh boy, he has been on a tear this state tournament, Joe.
And indeed, he continues to carry through his epic game today. Double and a home run. I believe he is only a triple away from the cycle. An unheralded sight here at the state tournament, and that'll bring up today's pitcher, Gabe Viamonte. Trying to overspin the curveball there is Reiling, and ball misses for ball one.
Well, Kelly, you were wondering when our first home run was going to be. There you have it.
There we got.
The 1-0 misses down low, tried the curveball again, and it's 2-0. Viamonte also a large power threat, so is Eli Horner, 3, 4, and 5. Certainly a big power threat in the Plattsmouth lineup. Two and 0. Reiling to Viamonte. He delivers. Viamonte chops this one on the ground, but this one will get foul.
That's interesting. That was mighty close to being problematic there for Christian. Talking inches there.
Only a few feet foul, a dribbler down the third base line. 2-1 to Viamonte. Fastball misses well high for ball 3.
And Reiling struggling after giving up that home run after he came in and did a great job of extinguishing the fire for Christian.
3-1 to Viamonte. Uh-oh, watch out. This one runs in and hits him. Not any intent there. A curveball that simply he could not spin in for the strike, and kind of a glancing blow as it goes. As pitching coach Mike Stearns goes over to Cooper Cologne, have a chat, and we're going to see a visit from the bench coach from Lincoln Christian here. I think we'll just have a little infield chat, and we're going to see action intensify in the Lincoln Christian bullpen.
That can't be Watson.
I believe it'll be Ilum Bryson.
I'm about to say Watson was going out there, but I don't think he's eligible, yeah.
Ilum Bryson will get loose. He will be throwing to last night's catcher. It would be Beckett Roran.
Roran, the backup catcher for Lincoln Christian.
And obviously
getting the night off with Jake Watson behind the plate.
Obviously that due to Watson being the starting pitcher in last night's contest between Lincoln Christian and Sutton. So bench coach will exit the mound here as he will discuss with Hagee about the meeting.
Matt Hagee, a tremendous guy to be around.
Ilum Bryson will get loose for Lincoln Christian.
Once again, another one of those great person to be around when he's not actively umpiring. Even between innings, the chat's usually very friendly with him.
So after the Olson homer, Viamonte walks, and Horner flares this ball down the left field line. This one's going to get by Swoboda. That will allow Horner to reach second on the double, and Viamonte goes first to third.
Excellent piece of hitting. Put it right down that left field line with Lincoln Christian shifting the outfield slightly to the right. He made him pay for doing that.
He didn't totally square that ball, but Horner, will record the double. A lot of extra base hits tonight for Plattsmouth, doing major damage as Ilum Bryson will continue to loosen. First pitch to Eby And Reiling spins up the curveball for strike one. Eby has had a pair of singles today. He has had one RBI. He could potentially have two more if he drives in a pair of runs right here. 0-1 misses high over his head. It looked like Reiling tried to go back to the curveball there, didn't have the feel for it. That one floats away for ball one. Reiling sets letter high, his 1-1 offering. Eby swings through and foul tips the fastball. So now time for Eby to shorten up a tick as Reiling's out in front of him 1-2, and I believe this is one of the only counts we've seen Nick Reiling out in front of the batter he's been facing. He struggled to stay out in front and has had very quick counts. Plattsmouth aggressive early. Hunting fastball in the zone. 1-2 to Eby. Curveball misses away, so ruled by home plate umpire Tim Hagee.
Yeah, and again, Matt Hagee has done a great job of staying consistent tonight. Established early, he wasn't calling anything for borderline pitches. For the most part, staying true to it.
2-2 to Dylan Eby. He shortens up and punches this one to the right side. Fielded by Cuccitti. He will flip to Schultz at first. But an ever-important RBI is recorded for the second out. So Reiling finally does recoup after the Olsen home run. But I believe that will be Plattsmouth's 7th run.
I think it's 6th. 4.
No, that would be its 6th.
2, yeah.
You are correct.
If I can read those numbers
I'll
right.
beg your pardon. It is the 6th run to cross. So that'll bring up Parker Auenbaugh with 2 away in the inning. The pitch to Auenbaugh. Fastball misses off the outside corner for ball one. Should Auenbaugh reach, it'll be the second baseman, Lewis Ingram, standing in the on-deck circle. Reiling sets letter high. The 1-0 to Auenbaugh. Woo! Swing and a miss. Had him well out in front. Pulled the string on the slider that time.
Yeah. Really had him fooled there.
Tunneling effectively off of that fastball. Commands a slider for a strike. 1-1. Fastball must have missed low, and Cooper Cologne has just about had it with home plate umpire here, Matt Hagee.
Yeah.
Hagee indicating away and simply says that's enough. 2-1 now to Auenbaugh. Reiling sets letter high. Pitch to Auenbaugh, flared to the shortstop side. It will be fielded cleanly, but whoa! An error committed by Charlie Winky as he pulls Schultz off the bag at first. That will not be an RBI as it was a throwing error, but Horner scores. And that will bring across Plattsmouth's 7th run. So now it will be Lewis Ingram at the 8 hole in the lineup. Reiling tries to spin the slider, runs too far off the plate. Watson having to step out and catch that one for ball one. You begin to wonder how loose Ilum Bryson is down in the Lincoln Christian bullpen. The 1-0 is cut on and missed. A mighty rip there from Lewis Ingram. Down 1-1 as a back pick from Watson down to first. Auenbaugh slides back safely. Reiling sets letter high. His 1-1 delivery.
Yep,
on the outside corner with that one. And now out in front of Ingram, 1-2.
And again, powered that right there. And apparently Ingram must not have been sitting fastball there.
1-2 to Lewis Ingram. Swung on, popped up the laundry chute. Watson drifting back toward the fence. This one will get out of play right at the home plate gate entrance. So count still 1-2.
That foul ball brought to you by Brad Eady at Nebraska Realty. For all your real estate needs, contact Brett 402-480-0014.
So count 1-2 to Lewis Ingram still. Reiling sets letter high. He checks his runner, delivers the 1-2 curveball, bent it around the zone.
Yeah.
So
close miss and an excellent take there from Ingram.
So ruled by Matt Hagee. Letter high set from Reiling again. Now 2-2. And
that's strike 3.
Goodness.
Yep.
Hagee is going to punch out Lewis Ingram on that pitch, and Ingram in a little bit of disbelief, but that will indeed conclude the inning. Plattsmouth scores 3 runs on 3 hits. There was one Lincoln Christian error After the top of the fourth, your score, Plattsmouth 7, Lincoln Christian 0. We'll welcome you back to Sam Crawford Field here on the other side of this commercial break on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network in association with Saunders County Online.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
You're watching the collaboration of Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online YouTube's presentation of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament, as we have a battle going on between Plattsmouth and Lincoln Christian. Currently, Plattsmouth is ahead 7-0. Is that correct?
That is correct. 7-0. We thank you, Kelly, for bringing us back from that commercial break. And we're having a little difficulty from the PA booth. But we're back to the top of the Lincoln Christian lineup. That'll bring up Luke Reiling. This will be his second time through. Viamonte so far been throwing an absolute gem. We'll see if he can continue. He misses for ball one. The 1-0 cut on and missed. Dialed up the fastball.
Joe, I'm not going to say the two words everyone's thinking right now. I'm just going to sit back and watch. Viamonte, though, yeah, he's been on his A game today.
1-1 curveball. This time chopped to the left side. Going to be a tough play. Clean field. Whoa! And not a good throw by Auenbaugh as that one gets by Eby. Right fielder having to go back that one up. And Auenbaugh throws it away. So there goes the two words that you didn't want to mention. Yep. The perfect game now gone for Viamonte.
Yep.
Oh, I was thinking a milkshake because it's been a hot day.
That is true. A milkshake would be excellent. And thinking about all the extra base hits given up, you hear Freed Cone, a blizzard going to be offered to Gage Olson for the home run. And squaring to bunt, but pulling back, that'll be the center fielder, Andrew Clough. Viamonte off to a little bit of a rocky start here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, you can't blame him, though, for that last blunder.
Well, and that was a textbook example of didn't pick a hop on ball, kind of got stuck in between, and then that made the throw across the diamond even tougher, and Eby stretched a hair early on that one, and one simply just got by Dylan Eby as the action will continue in the Lincoln Christian bullpen. Runner takes off. Hit and run is on. This one, however, chopped foul by Clough. A little cue shot off the end of the bat up the first baseline.
Now we're down to the nitty-gritty here, and it looks like we are going to maybe see all 15 games be needed. We will see, though.
That pitch fouled down the left field line, so a good job by Viamonte to hop back in this count. Now the count shifts to 1-2, and Tim Winter is going to shift Eli Horner.
It's only going to take one, and yeah, an excellent job there. Shift him back a bit.
1-2, little cross up there between Lunger and Viamonte. Lunger blocking that one really deep into his body. Misses for ball two, obviously. Viamonte looks at Reiling out at second base. 2-2 offering, dials up the fastball and blows it by him for strike three. Clough becomes the seventh man set down on strikes by Viamonte. I'm not entirely sure about that number. Viamonte, though, absolutely dealing here early. So through 3 1/3 of pretty solid baseball, and that'll bring up Jake Watson. Watson also a strikeout victim his first time up. First offering to Watson, swung on and flown in the air to medium deep left field. Horner and Walker converging. Horner will call off Walker. No tag from Reiling at second. And Watson flies out for out number 2.
Watson flies out to left for out number 2.
So next to bat will be the first baseman Logan Scholes, as Viamonte hopes to work around the leadoff error that allowed Reiling to reach. Viamonte sets about belly button high. He delivers. This is a slow grounder up the middle. Charging is Olson. He will throw across to Eby, and Schultz out by 2 or 3 steps. And that will end matters here in the bottom of the 4th. On the inning, there were no runs on no hits. There was 1 Plattsmouth error and 1 man left aboard. We head to the top of the 5th. Your score still Plattsmouth 7, Lincoln Christian nothing.
Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
City had let us build
Top
it
of the
there.
5th at Sam Crawford Field as we have Plattsmouth over Lincoln Christian 7-0 at the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. And at this point in time, if it goes the way it's going, we will have 2 more games to play.
That is correct. Thank you, Kelly. We appreciate you bringing us back from the commercial break here. And obviously hoping Plattsmouth can score 1 run and end this thing in about an hour. A very quick-moving game. Given the Plattsmouth offensive explosion, it has been still a quick-moving game. But a side note, Ilam Bryson will take over on the hill for Lincoln Christian. He comes on in relief of Nick Reiling, who didn't quite put the fire out for his squad. He allowed 3 runs over the 3 innings that he pitched. So doing simple math, you have an ERA there of 7. Not entirely a great day on the hill for Reiling. However, he fares better than this evening's starter, Charlie Duncan.
Yep.
But perhaps head coach Cooper Cologne maybe taking things a little easy tonight, knowing you've still got that berth to the state title game. Tonight's a night to just go out, let it hang loose a little bit, if you want to say that, and just play and survive through this one, have nobody get injured, and then have to dial it back in for tomorrow evening's game.
I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us. I've been working really hard to feed the hamsters to keep this going.
A fly ball to left, that one courtesy of Tyler Dembowski, but able to catch that one is Sam Swoboda for a very quick out number 1. Brings us back to the top of the lineup, Parker Auenbaugh, or pardon me, the catcher. This will be Henry Lunger. Excuse me, that is my bad. Henry Lunger, the catcher, going to come back to the top of the lineup. First time through the order, seeing our reliever, Ilam Bryson. Lunger watches the first one outside for ball 1. Bryson working from the full wind. He steps, kicks and delivers his 1-0. That one misses low, 2-0, as action will continue in the Lincoln Christian bullpen. We'll update you on that as soon as we get more information. 2-0 to Lunger, the pitch. On the outside corner and at the knees for strike 1, so ruled by Matt Hagee. Count shifts to 2-1 now. Bryson nods, set at the belt. Sidestep, 2-1 offering. That one misses just low, and Cooper Cologne in the Lincoln Christian dugout still very fed up with the Matt Hagee zone tonight.
Yeah, and it's been tight. That's the way Hagee is.
To be fair, it has also been consistently tight as the 3-1 by Lunger popped up to the left side. Swoboda racing in, still coming in. He slides to his knees and makes the grab. An excellent play by Sam Swoboda as Charlie Winkie was having a very difficult time with that one, drifting straight back Willie Mays style. And a nice play by Swoboda for out number 2. That'll bring up the center fielder tonight, Ethan Walker.
Yep.
Walker's done a good job tonight at the plate. Been a recurring theme for Plattsmouth as Walker watches the fastball ride high there for ball 1. Count 1-0 to Ethan Walker. Bryson set at the belt. He kicks and delivers his 1-0. That one powered in there for strike 1. Count draws even now. Bryson set at the belt again, a deep exhale. Sidestep, the 1-1 offering. Walker swings and misses through that fastball. And now the count shifts in favor of Bryson at 1-2. And could Bryson perhaps be the correct reliever, the one Lincoln Christian's looking for, as they'll shut down action in their bullpen for the moment? 1-2 from Bryson. And that one gets Walker right on the front kneecap. That one courtesy of Saunders County Chiropractic and Dr. Paul Sutton and Dr. Keith Waddle out at the chiropractic office down at Lake Wanahoo. And Walker in a little bit of discomfort as he's going to attempt to walk that one off. So now in steps the power threat, and a triple shy of the cycle is Gage Olson.
Yeah, this is a big spot here, but this park really not a triple-friendly park, although we did see a
well, you'd almost have
three-baser yesterday, but I think that was an error if I remember right.
You'd almost have to see some sort of fielding blunder or miscue like we saw the center fielder Andrew Clough fall down in pursuit of a foul ball. You'd almost have to see that out in right or right center, one of the deeper parts of the ballpark. Certainly down the line, it gets much more difficult for that triple. Olson watches the first offering float high for ball 1. Move over to first. Walker scampers back safely. Count draws level at 1-1. Set at the belt is Bryson. Walker off with the pitch. In there for strike 1. Throw down on Walker, and I don't believe the tag was ever applied by Cuciti. And Walker swipes second. So he'll be aboard there with 2 down, and a 1-1 count at home plate to Gage Olson. Bryson sets at the belt. He kicks and delivers from the stretch. The 1-1 misses high, so it's 2-1. Bryson sets, delivers. Olson swings and fouls that one back. He wanted that high fastball. And now time to shorten up a tick and protect the plate as he's got 2 on him. On deck stands today's pitcher, Gabe Viamonte, should the inning continue. Olson standing in with a 2-2 count. Bryson sets at the belt. He delivers. The 2-2 is swung on and fouled out of play down the right field line. Olson doing a good job just to stay alive right there. And the count will stay right where it is. We'll have to try it again.
I think you're going to see Olson try to stay alive here, try to get a hittable pitch, and potentially seal the deal on this game.
2-2 again to Olson. And this time he reaches out with the hands and the rear end to try and get every inch of that bat that he can out there. And he fouls one away back to the backstop. Count will again be 2-2. We're going to have to try that one again. Bryson sets, another 2-2 to Olson. This time he watches down low. Walker off for third, and what's going to be the call here? They're going to say that Walker is in there safely. A very awkward play indeed. Emmanuel difficulty fielding the throw from Watson. Watson threw a strike, but Emmanuel unable to handle it, and an awkward-looking slide from Walker. So that mercy rule effect run, now 90 feet away, and a full count at home plate to Gage Olson. Bryson sets at the belt, still from the stretch. His payoff is outside for ball 4, so Olson will take the base on balls, and that'll bring up today's pitcher, Gabe Viamonte.
Cooper Cologne on his way out of the Christian dugout. Don't know if it's to once again to complain with Matt Hagee or...
Well, it looks like he is drawing advice from the pitching coach. That would be Mike Stearns, perhaps about a substitution of some sort. But I don't believe that we are going to have anything of the sort.
Nope.
So that'll bring up Gabe Viamonte. Cologne will stay right where he's at on the edge of the Lincoln Christian dugout. Bryson sets at the belt. Olson staying right where he is, and the delayed steal is on, and Watson will simply concede the bag. So now 2 in scoring position with 2 down for Gabe Viamonte, and we're going to see a very slow walk out to the field by the Lincoln Christian bench coach, as I believe action will most likely resume in the bullpen, and indeed it will. We're going to see the designated hitter for today's game, Brock Wetta, head down to the bullpen, and simply he would just enter the game for the pitcher. You'd see the designated hitter enter the game. That's simply how the substitution goes.
I was just noticing that, like, we saw a lot of games yesterday, in fact, where so much of the activity, scores and everything, happened after there were 2 outs.
Yeah, what you like to call a little 2-out rally in baseball. And it's very interesting. You don't see those very commonly, especially you would like to think at the state tournament, but like we mentioned, especially day 3, 4, and 5 as we get deeper into this tournament, it's more common to see such things as everybody's kind of scrambling to find a pitcher. Clearly everybody taxed to their limit, but it also depends slightly on how you coach early in the tournament. Plattsmouth able to save Gabe Viamonte for tonight in what is for them a must-win game, and I won't say looking promising, but certainly it would appear that they've got this one in their grasp currently. So it'll be Walker away from third and Olson away from second base. Bryson still out on the hill, as Wetta continues to loosen in the Lincoln Christian bullpen, and in stands Gabe Viamonte. Set at the belt. Bryson delivers to Viamonte at the bottom of the zone, called for strike 1. So ruled by Matt Hagee. Count shifts even at 1-1 according to our scoreboard here at Sam Crawford Field. 1-1. Bryson delivers to Viamonte again. That's going to be flared out into right field for a base poke. It'll score 1. It's going to get by the right fielder. Viamonte chugging for second. 2-run score on the play, and that'll plate 2. It'll be 9-0 Plattsmouth as that one squeaked by the right fielder.
Yeah,
and that is Luke Reiling out in right field.
Bad miscue there by Reiling as he allows the insurance run to score. And due to the fact of Gabe Viamonte's pitching, this is a horrible situation for Lincoln Christian to be in. You could be talking about win or go home for everyone tomorrow.
So Ilam Bryson going to continue as Wetta continues to loosen. Chopped on the ground by Horner to second. Cuccitti does a good job to field it and retire the side, but not before Plattsmouth can strike for 2 runs on 2 more hits. There was 1 more Lincoln Christian error, and there was a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score, Plattsmouth 9, Lincoln Christian nothing here on Saunders County Online in association with the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network.
Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
It's the non-elimination game of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament right here in Wahoo, Nebraska. At this point in time, Plattsmouth over Lincoln Christian, 9-0. We're heading to the bottom of the fifth. Lincoln Christian has a chance to battle something, but interestingly enough, this is going to be, if there's 3 outs, no scores, this is the third game of the tournament that would be called early.
Yep, called on due to mercy rule. So that'll bring up the third baseman, Max Emanuel, as Viamonte attempts to close this one out and send everybody home a little bit early tonight. Viamonte's first offering misses low and away, and that ever-elusive run still continues to be so for Lincoln Christian. We will see if that pattern changes as we get late into the game here. 1-0 offering. Chopped on the ground. This is going to be fielded by Olson on a big hop. Throw across the diamond is in time to Eby. So quickly, 1 away.
Yeah, you could say that again after the nearly 11 o'clock, nearly 4-hour game last night. Just an hour and 21 minutes to this point to play this one out. I think everyone would be okay with going home early tonight.
Now that does add another game tomorrow night.
Yes, it
That
does.
is correct.
That does add another game at 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
So here's the first pitch to Brock Wetta, going to be gobbled up by the second baseman and thrown over to Eby at first base. So quickly 2 away. Viamonte 1 out away from an absolute gem. Ingram making the play, score to put out 4-3 to put away Brock Wetta, and quickly 2 away. And here we're going to see a pinch hitter. This will be Ian Brester.
No pressure in this situation.
Yeah. Great time to bring in Brester. He will be pinch hitting for C.J. Cuciti, the second baseman. An interesting call here by Cooper Cologne, maybe just perhaps trying to get one more hitter in this game. So in steps Ian Brester. First offering. Curveball chopped. Back to the mound. Viamonte fields. He goes to Eby, and an absolute gem. And how about this? Viamonte will throw a no-hitter, an abbreviated one at that, but a no-hitter through 5 innings for Gabe Viamonte, and Plattsmouth completes a gem. Your final score tonight, Plattsmouth 9, Lincoln Christian nothing. We thank you for tuning in to this broadcast here on the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. We'll be back just briefly on the other side of this commercial break with the Inspiro Insurance post-game show. We invite you to stick around for that. Once again, your final score, Plattsmouth 9 and Lincoln Christian nothing. On behalf of Michael Klein, myself, Joe Klein, our producer, Kelly Johnson, we thank you for tuning in. Be sure to stick around for the Inspiro Insurance post-game show. We thank you for tuning into this broadcast. Thank you and good evening.
Titles Lounge and Sports Bar is a sponsor of our coverage of the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Championship on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online. Titles will be open after 11 a.m. with a cool place to watch the tournament. Order pizza or bring your own food and enjoy the in-house beverages while watching the game in the lounge, game room, or check out the beer garden. And after the tournament, remember Titles Lounge and Sports Bar for watching all local sports events with friends and family right here in downtown Wahoo. Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo supports our broadcast of the American Legion Class B Junior State Championships. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Brett Eady with Nebraska Realty in Wahoo sponsors this broadcast of the American Legion Junior Class B State Tournament. Brett Eady and Nebraska Realty is here to help with expertise and personal service for both sellers and buyers. With experience working through what's happening in the marketplace, financing, terms and conditions, help with getting pre-approved, writing contracts, home inspections, and all things to help you get home. Thank you, Brett Eady, for being a part of our coverage on Eastern Nebraska Sports Network and Saunders County Online.
On May 1st, 1960, noted Wahoo attorneys Harlan A. Bryant, George W. Hessler, and Robert E. Sullivan formed the law firm of Bryant, Hessler, and Sullivan. The founding members sought to provide their clients in the eastern Nebraska area with the highest quality legal advice and legal services. Currently, the firm is known as Hessler, Sullivan, and Klein. Throughout the years, the name of the firm has changed slightly, but the mission of the law firm continues to remain the same. First, Hessler, Sullivan & Klein provides their clients with the best legal advice and legal services available. Second, the attorneys treat every client with the courtesy, honesty, and respect that each client deserves. They are committed to helping you throughout life's journeys, from adoptions to estate planning and legal issues in between. They are here to help. Give them a call at 443-4181 or visit them on the web at wahooattorneys.com. The information obtained in this advertisement is not intended to be legal advice. You should consult an attorney regarding individual legal advice for your situation.
Wrapping up two games on Saunders County Online YouTube in association with the Eastern Nebraska Sports Network, and we want to say thank you to everybody for being a part of what we have been able to bring to you on the 2022 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. And those two games, quite exciting actually, as we just wrapped up Lincoln Christian and Plattsmouth, and wow, what a game that was.
Thank you, Kelly. We do welcome you back to Sam Crawford Field here for the Inspiro Insurance post-game show. And you want to talk about the tale of two cities. Lincoln Christian unable to scratch across a run or a hit tonight. In fact, the only thing on their line score tonight, 3 errors defensively, no runs on no hits, and 3 errors. Their only base runner of the night coming courtesy of a Parker Auenbaugh error for Plattsmouth. So the line score tonight for Plattsmouth, 9 runs, 9 hits. They did commit 1 error, and as we mentioned, Lincoln Christian, no runs, no hits, 3 errors. Michael, take us through key tonight, a dominant performance by Plattsmouth. What's the key to their dominance tonight?
Gabe Viamonte, there is no question about it. Gabe Viamonte pitched an absolutely perfect game, and Plattsmouth able to punch their ticket to Game 1 of tomorrow's state championship at 5 o'clock against Wayne. That will be the good one. Both of those teams going to be exhausted on resources, and man, oh man.
Well, if you want to call it that, tomorrow that Wayne that Wayne Plattsmouth matchup, sort of a qualifier matchup,
Yep,
if you will.
More or less, yeah.
Winner advances.
It is the same scenario as what we saw in our 4 o'clock. Man, oh man, oh man.
Winner will advance to the state title game.
Well, no, let's just be clear here. Loser goes home in that game.
Yep, and that's what I was just about to get to. Your winner advances and your loser is out.
Yeah.
And then the state title game tomorrow at 7 o'clock, most importantly, no longer going to become an if-necessary game. The winner of that game is the winner of your state title.
Yep,
Yep. Really quick at this point, though, the winner of the first game has only like a half hour of break before they play that second.
Not even.
Yeah.
Not even a half
maybe
hour.
Maybe not even. It would be a half hour because Lincoln Christian would have to take an in and out. Nonetheless, though, I mean, you're not talking about the normal time to warm up that you would see at a state tournament game normally.
I guess you're still warm, but, you're also a little bit winded because that's a fast turnaround for an entire team to have to deal with.
Well, and we'll factor in weather as we have the whole tournament. Tomorrow not projected to be any nicer. A high again of 93 degrees, so it'll be a scorcher here at Sam Crawford Field, and we'll see how Coach Gamble elects to play that game, and as well as Coach Tim Winters, and it adds a little bit of extra pressure. Obviously, a do-or-die, win-or-go-home game. So, Michael, take us through. We'll talk about the losing side of this evening's contest. Lincoln Christian kind of fell apart a little bit offensively and not a great night defensively. What really kind of happened there? What can they fix in order to win?
Number one, they were exhausted on resources. And number two, really, you've got to start better. And I mean, I know Charlie Duncan, probably maybe a little bit of inexperience there, but in any case scenario, whenever you start off with a 4 spot defensively, giving up 4 runs, that usually just sets the tone for a bad night.
Obviously kind of outmatched tonight by the pitching of Gabe Viamonte. As you can tell, he was the hero tonight. Gage Olson also a hero tonight for Plattsmouth with a home run and ended up just a triple shy of the cycle, something that has become what you could call unprecedented at the state title games. So from Sam Crawford Field, Mike Klein, myself, Joe Klein, Kelly Johnson, our lovely producer, we wish you a good evening. Once again, your final score, Plattsmouth 9, Lincoln Christian. We thank you for joining this broadcast on the Eastern Nebraska Sports